This video will definitely educate you. So I want to persuade you to watch this video to the end. My name is Mary. I'm a practicing lawyer in Nigeria, and on this channel, I share videos for laymen and for lawyers. For laymen to eradicate ignorance of law in Nigeria, because ignorance of law is not an excuse, and for lawyers to help them with areas of law that they are not so conversant with. In this video, I'll be sharing things I wish I knew before I became a lawyer. If this is your first time on my channel, you need to subscribe to this YouTube channel. Do not forget to on your notification bell as well. And if you're a returning subscriber, thank you for always coming back to watch my videos. If you're a new subscriber, hey, thank you so much for subscribing. I appreciate you. It means so much to me. Okay, so I'll be sharing about 7 things I wish I knew before I became a lawyer. And this is not me trying to just put out content there. It is actually things that I wish I actually knew before I became a lawyer, just like the title implied. Okay, some people, some lawyers were called to the largest bar in Africa about a week ago, and I've been trying to come up with content to help them. So I have been able to film some videos with other colleagues, which I will be uploading on this channel. You definitely get to watch them, and I'm sure that it will bless you. Okay, so the first thing I wish I knew before I became a lawyer is the unattractive salary. I had to put the word unattractive because working as a lawyer, 80% you will definitely go to a firm that they will not pay you so well, or let me say starting you will not earn well. But the good part about this whole thing is that when I started working, that was in 20, I served in 2018, and I started working in 2019, like proper. And my salary, let me just say it's not up to 100. I don't want to break people's hearts if I should put out the exact figure. But the good part is, as a new wig, you can work, you can draft agreements for people, you can actually do CAC registration. But when we talk about the salary, it is so unattractive, except for a few that are not so much into litigation. Okay, so but if you're into litigation, you want to join a litigation firm, which is the first thing that we all know as, okay, you're a lawyer, you go to court. That is what the opinion everybody have about this practicing as a lawyer. But there are other opportunities, there are other niche, and I filmed the video with a friend on that, and we shared about 16, 17 opportunities that you can delve in as a lawyer. Okay, so if you don't want to wear the boring black and white and always go to court and all of that, so I will be sharing that video, and definitely watch that probably after this particular video. So the salary is actually not attractive, but I can tell you that that will just be for a little while. Even if, as it's, let's say 6 7 years post call, you're not earning so much in the sense that probably it's not up to 300, not up to 500. But I can assure you that at that period, at that 6 7 years post call, if you know what you're doing, you must have your own clients. Okay, probably you're still working with someone, you don't want to pull out because maybe you don't have the resources to actually have your own firm, or probably you don't have enough clients for you to start on your own, for you to start. Okay, so you can be there and you have your own clients. There should be a provision for you to do your personal practice, okay, in as much as it will not affect the primary assignment of the firm. So this is me just saying I wasn't prepared for the unattractive for the salary. As a matter of fact, before I was called to the Nigerian bar, a friend actually called me that I should draft an agreement for him, which I did. And I think he paid me either, I'm not so sure about the figure now, probably 70 or 150. I'm actually mixing it up because then when I received the money, I actually, let me say, I took a step of faith with my elder sister. We went to a particular real estate company, and I said I am willing to invest in a plot of land, and I was told one plot is about 750,000 naira. So I made a commitment. Fine, that's money my client paid me. It is actually not enough to pay for the plot of land, but my what I had in mind was that when I start working, I will start paying from my salary. But jokes on me, because my salary was not even, okay, let me just be factual now, it wasn't even up to 50,000 naira. So just imagine not earning up to 50,000 naira. You're going to buy a lot of things, toiletries, buy clothes, buy shoes, pay tithes, give money to your parents and all of that. How do I remove out of the 50,000 to actually pay as part of the property and all of that? So it did not work. So I wasn't prepared for it. Like I would not be earning. I was thinking maybe close to 100. Yeah, that was what I actually had in mind. for the first year. So that was one thing that it actually came as a surprise to me. So I don't want you to be discouraged. If you're watching this video, probably you just want to start the journey of going to the university and all of that. It is actually a noble profession. It is so juicy, but you have to, let me see, can I use the word pay the price? Like there will be a year, 2, 3 that you have to wait, and you will be earning, but it won't be that much for you to get a car or for you to say you want to start living large. But there may be an exemption for you if you have friends, you have family that are well to do, and you are referring. There's a lot of referral. Through referrals, you can actually make good money. So this, talking about not having so much in the first, second year, it may not apply to you. So number two is success might not happen till 5 years. This is actually something I can, like something I'm saying from experience. Like I said earlier, that all the 7 things I am mentioning, like I've mentioned the first one, the second one, they're actually things that it is from my own experience. So when I started practicing, someone actually told me I should not be discouraged. From 5 years, I will start making money. Probably, maybe because I actually accepted that those words, that sentence. Probably that is why I started seeing changes at the 50th year. Okay, but oftentimes you see people saying, so that may not be applicable to, like I said earlier in my first point, that it is possible for you to have family and friends giving you, okay, draft this agreement for us, do that for us, and you're making your money. Okay, it's even possible for you to make money just doing the drafting of documents, and you're not even going to court. Like you may be going to court for your boss, for the firm, but you may not have your personal cases that you're doing, like making you to go to the court. Like for me, I think the first reasonable money I made in within my 3 years of processing is actually when I helped someone to actually perfect his title document. So I helped him to process the certificate of occupancy, and I made about 950,000. So that is the, let me say, the highest money I made within the first 3 years of practice. But that may be it. You may have a different story to tell. It is possible for you to have something different from what I'm saying. It is possible for one uncle in Abuja to just call you and say, Darlington, can you just draft this document for me? The property worth 500 million naira, and you do your part, and probably to also do due diligence and all of that. And your uncle may just pay you, like the issue of the familiarity of not wanting to pay a lawyer because your family members may not happen, and the person will pay you well, and you may be able to get a car and get a reasonable accommodation for yourself as well. So it is possible that way, but normally you see a lot of people saying success might not happen to 5 years, and I'm actually I can attest to that fact. So number three is you may not have a first class or a second class offer and still be a great lawyer. This is so true. You're watching this video and your result is something that you're not so you don't feel good about it, probably because you worked out for, you planned, or you pray, you did everything possible for you to have the first class, and you don't have it, and you're having a 2-1 or a 2-2 or a pass. My dear, you don't need to feel bad. When I was in Nigerian law school, before I even went there, when I got the posting and all of that, I planned. I also did everything that I actually want a first class to. I did everything. I was on low courts. I was off social media. I did a lot of things. I also have a friend that is always there for sure, who is always there to help me, and not to help me in terms of reading. He's actually not a lawyer, but somebody who I actually told, like, okay, this is what I want to take. This is what the grade I want from this place, and he's always there to encourage me. But lo and behold, I had a pass. That one is a story for another day. Where I had a pass is a story for another day. Not because I did not prepare for it, not because I did not read well for the bar finals. I did my best, and as a matter of fact, I got two textbooks for each of the courses. We have about 5 courses, so I got two for each of, like, I invested so much. So, and I am here today. I am talking about my colleagues, maybe from the university or from the Nigerian law school, the few that we are seeing contact, like we are all doing well. Nobody can say, oh, because maybe at the first class she's not even doing well and all of that. So you don't need to feel bad. And as a matter of fact, I think there are a lot of big how can I put it? Let me use the word big men in this profession. They also add pass, and they are doing great. They are doing amazingly well. And I have heard someone saying that we should not use the yardstick of what the grade we have at the Nigerian law school to say this was brilliant or this is more. No, that person actually made a reasonable argument, and I so much love it. Not because I had the pass, but it's actually a reasonable one, because from the Nigerian law school, there is a little bit of difference from what is obtainable in Nigerian law and what is obtainable in practice. So you cannot just use a yardstick like because you had a pass or you have a pass at the Nigerian law school that will make you automatically a bad lawyer or a failure in the legal profession. Please don't have that in mind. I had a pass and I'm doing amazingly well. So my fourth point is know how to. I did not. Oh, I think I'm actually making this thing as a sort of advice. Although these seven things are actually things I wish I knew before I became a lawyer, and I think I've been having a little story of what how I can my whole story towards this list of things. So the first thing is managing people. Like I wish I knew earlier that I need to also work on how to manage people and setting clear boundaries. Managing people, you have a lot of clients. Let's forget about your colleagues, but I'm talking about clients now. You need to know how to manage clients, particularly clients that are paying you well. And you're somebody that's just trying to find your feet in the profession. You can't just talk to them anyhow, because clients will call you and tell you, barrister, can we do this? You won't say can we do? You will say let's do it this way, let's do it that way. And then I'll be like, sir, you engaged our service because you are of the opinion that we can do this. Why would, if you can do it, why, like I would say it in a way not to insult the person, but to just make it reasonable to them. Like, if you want to make a point or an opinion, it's a different way on than you telling me I should do it this way. I will have clients that will consult a court belief. Some clients can be very desperate when it comes to service and all of that, so they can maybe while they were in courts, have a conversation with the registrar and all of that, and have some of their contact. They will seek opinion from these people. Registrars sometimes, most times they are lawyers, but believe are not lawyers. Believe of the courts are not lawyers. So I have a client that will seek opinion from them and call me and tell me that is what I should do. There's another client like that. This one is even a professor. He would contact another lawyer. The lawyer will advise and they will tell us that that was what we should do. I will be like, can't you just take this case file and take it to that person? These are lawyers that are not even in active practice. And law is dynamic. Someone that stopped practicing about 5 years ago and still trying to use the same law, the same principle that he or she is aware of at that time on a particular, things are not done that way. So you need to know how to manage people, because you will definitely see a lot of clients like that. I can assure you that. It all depends on your firm, but I know you see some clients like that. So you need to know how to manage people. Okay. So another thing is part of that fourth point is that you need to set clear boundaries. This is so important because some clients doesn't know when they should call and when they shouldn't call. Okay, so if there are clients that you can't talk to them anyhow, you can always just leave the call. You don't need to pick, just put your phone on silent. You can imagine being at home, even if it's a weekend, a client's calling at 10 p.m. For what? It's whether you're single or you're married, it's actually so uncalled for. So you need to also know how to set clear boundaries. You may not pick the call when you see the person or when you call the next day. I don't appreciate when people call me at an unofficial hour. Please always call me from 9 a.m. till 5 p.m. Okay. I love to tell people that if they want to call me, they should call me from 8, maybe 8 to 9 before I step into the court. I don't like being in the courtroom and start going out to receive call, except if it's urgent. Okay. So also need to set clear boundaries. So the fifth point is having a balanced work and personal life. This is important. I have a friend, her name is Felicita. I don't know if she'll be watching this video. So sometimes I do go to her place to have weekends. So oftentimes when she cited me with my laptop bag and a case file, like instead of my handbag, we're like, why am I doing this? That's even the fact that one is single or you're married, you just need to have a balance. You don't need to, any work that you can't finish on a Friday, wait till Monday. Except, of course, to some cases like pre-election matter that time is of essence, you need to do everything fast, and you may even need to sleep in the office. But if it's something that is an habit, that they're always seeing you, people are always seeing you going home with case files and laptop to work, is actually not a good thing. Okay, you can be working from January to December and using your weekends, and there are some law offices that also work weekend. Yeah, when I was in Ibadan, there was a particular office like that that I do, that we go on Saturdays. So you need to balance work and personal life, it is important, okay? Because you cannot what are just necessary. You just need to balance them. So another thing is not to be emotional about cases I did not prepare. You just need to know how to manage your emotion. For me, when I go to courts and probably a particular argument did not go my way, or a particular ruling or judgment did not go my way, I don't really feel bad, except it's a criminal case. Okay, I don't really feel bad because I know it is not all about winning cases. It is possible for me to actually learn why the judgment isn't in my favor. But when I go to the issues I used to have about emotional, being emotional about cases, is when I go to law enforcement agencies. You see a DSS or whatever, I cannot put it in a branch, arresting someone over a civil contract. And I would think about, okay, what is the criminal element in this case? That is one. What is the state crime in this case? Probably then, and I do tell them that I stand to be corrected. Can they tell me more? Because I don't know why there will be a failed contract and DSS would be the best set of persons to actually arrest someone over a civil contract. So I get emotionally about this because you see them putting people behind the bars, and before you say you want to go for enforcement of fundamental right or judicial review, definitely, especially in Abuja, you file a case before you get it to be mentioned from a day of filing for it to be assigned for service and all of that, at least minimum of like 3 weeks, because oftentimes you hear the story from registrars, like not story per se, but they are being factual. They will say they no date now, we have to go to the next month and all of that. So I get so emotional about it, and oftentimes when I even say that it's a good case, I would like persuade them. At the point if they are not listening, I mean, just so emotional. Oftentimes in this regard, or police, EFCC, and all of that. So I get emotional about it. So it's actually one other thing that I did not um I did not prepare for. So not to be emotional about cases, another important thing as a new week. Another thing is this is the last is there are better niche, or there are more niche in the legal profession than litigation. Okay, so if you're watching this video, I have a lot of friends. This is not me shading them. This is not me trying to talk down on them. But I have a lot of friends that they were called to the Nigerian bar. There were ones that they stopped at the university. They did not further to the Nigerian law school. But there are some that were called to the Nigerian law school, but some of them are actually doing other things, business, and they are doing well. But my point is, there are other niche. Don't have it like just all about litigation. Oh, I don't have the confidence to speak in courts. Okay, that is why I don't want to practice. There are other better niche. There are other. I know of some law firms. Or let me use law firms. Can I use law firms? Let me just use law firms. In Lagos, I heard of them that they don't even wear black and white because what they do doesn't really require them going to court. So you can also navigate, check these other opportunities. I'll be dropping a video after this particular video about other opportunities that you can do, like things you can do as a legal practitioner. You don't want to dump your certificate somewhere like, mommy, now you send me go school, take your certificate. It's not all about litigation. There are other things you can do without you wearing your black and white. There are other things you can do that you can join firms that are into it. You can find a way to join firms that are into it, or you can also set up yourself. But you need experience. So that is why you see many people, especially SANs, advocating for pupillage, because other opportunities too, you still need to learn one way or the other. So in the next video, you have to watch that video to also know about 15 to 16 opportunities I highlighted with my friend in that particular video. I hope this video educates you. Please do not forget to like, comment, and share. If you're new week, please do me a favor by sharing the link of this video, or a little part of this video on the part on your page or anywhere you belong to. There are also lawyers there for them to watch and also learn like you. Thank you so much for watching. I appreciate you. I will see you in another video.